ici?
This is an awesome gym. The atmosphere is awesome, and it has a fighting mentality. The whole aura has fight in it. You know, you have no chance to think of anything else, no distraction.
Mike Tyson is a retired American boxer who was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world in the late 1980s. He was the youngest champion in history at age 20. Unfortunately, he squandered and/or was bilked out of a personal fortune that topped $300 million at his peak. Although Tyson was a talented boxer, his reputation was marred by controversy in and out of the ring. He reigned as the undisputed world heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990 and was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, as well as the only heavyweight to successfully unify them. ESPN called him the hardest hitter in heavyweight history, and Sky Sports dubbed him the most ferocious fighter to step into a professional ring.
You can't touch me, you're not man enough.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Net Worth Now, where you get to see the lifestyle and net worth of your favorite celebrities. We hope you enjoy these videos, and if you do, please remember to hit the like button and comment below who your favorite celebrity is so we can feature them in an upcoming video. His full name is Michael Gerard Tyson, but he's also known as Iron Mike, Kid Dynamite, and the baddest man on the planet. He was born June 30, 1966, in Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, making him 54 years of age at the time of this production. He stands at 1.78 meters, or 5 feet 10 inches tall. Former world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, a man who made a career out of beating other men to a pulp, relaxes by caring for his flock of pigeons. His favorite pet as a child was a pigeon named Julius. After his retirement from the ring and many more punches, Mike grew his collection of pigeons once more. Now he spends much of his free time training and racing his pets. Mike lived a famously lavish lifestyle at his peak. He wasted millions on mansions, cars, jewelry, extravagant gifts for strangers, and even a collection of Bengal tigers. His tigers cost $70,000 a pop and were housed in a custom-built habitat in his backyard. Mike kept an animal trainer on staff at a cost of $125,000 per year. Mike lavished money on his entourage as well. As just one example, he kept a person on staff whose sole purpose was to wear army fatigues and shout guerrilla warfare at press conferences. For his services, this person was paid $300,000 per year.
When I tell him to bite, he bites.
Mais encore.
And if I ask him to bite you, as a crocodile would, and he would bite your head off, yeah. They'll bite your head off.
Okay.
You take into the ring a lot of rage. Does that work for you, or does it work against you at
Who
times?
cares? We're in a fight anyway. What does it matter?
His first marriage was to actress Robin Givens from February 7, 1988 to February 14, 1989. Tyson's marriage to Givens was especially tumultuous, with allegations of violence, spousal abuse, and mental instability on Tyson's part. They had no children, but she reported having a miscarriage. Tyson claimed she was never pregnant and only used that to get him to marry her. His second marriage was to Monica Turner from April 19, 1997 to January 14, 2003. Turner filed for divorce from Tyson in January 2002, claiming that he committed adultery during their 5-year marriage, an act that has neither been forgiven nor condoned. The couple had 2 children, son Amir and daughter Raina. On May 25, 2009, Tyson's 4-year-old daughter Exodus was found by her 7-year-old brother Miguel unconscious and tangled in a cord of an exercise treadmill. Tyson, who was in Las Vegas at the time of the incident, traveled back to Phoenix to be with her. She sadly died of her injuries on May 26, 2009. 11 days after his daughter's death, Tyson wed for the 3rd time to longtime girlfriend Lahika Kiki Spicer, age 32, exchanging vows on Saturday, June 6, 2009, in a short private ceremony at the La Bella Wedding Chapel at the Las Vegas Hilton. They have 2 children, daughter Milan and son Morocco.
I couldn't handle it at all. You have to go. Now, you understand, right?
For you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare?
I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me to hear us talking to a rat piece of shit like you. Come on.
Tyson grew up in a rough neighborhood, and his stepfather was involved in crime and gambling. When Tyson was 10, he and his mother moved because of financial issues. By the age of 13, Tyson had been arrested for 38 crimes, often fighting bigger youths who made fun of his voice. Tyson speaks with a lisp. During school, Tyson's fighting ability was discovered by a juvenile detention instructor and a former boxer. After working with a few trainers, he linked up with Cus D'Amato, a trainer who would have an immense influence on the future boxing champ. When Tyson's mother passed away when he was 16, D'Amato became his legal guardian. Tyson also worked with Kevin Rooney from a young age. Tyson won his first 19 professional fights by knockout, 12 of them in the first round.
Okay. Well, Bill said he stopped the fight. You bit him. Was that a retaliation for the eye when you bit him in his ear?
Regardless of what I did, he bit me for 2 fights.
What are you trying to elicit? I want to see how much you've changed, Mike. You're a different person now, aren't you?
I don't know if I am or not. I don't want to be the person I was, but I don't know. Change comes in time.
He won the WBC title in 1986 after stopping Trevor Berbick in the second round, and added the WBA and IBF titles after defeating James Smith and Tony Tucker in 1987. The following year, Tyson became the lineal champion when he knocked out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds of the first round. He successfully defended his title 9 times, which included victories over Larry Holmes and Frank Bruno. In 1990, Tyson lost the titles to underdog Buster Douglas, who knocked him out in the 10th round. Attempting to regain the titles, Tyson defeated Donovan Rudick twice in 1991, but pulled out of a fight with then undisputed heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield, who had defeated Douglas later in 1990, due to a rib injury.
Just accept that and come in and do the best you can.
I dare you talk to me like that. You should get up and kneel to me now, and I'll spare you the night of the 28th.
I'm 36 years old, going to 36. I never dreamed of living this long. I never dreamed of fornicating with as many beautiful women as I did, of having as much money as I did.
Mike Tyson's net worth is now an estimated $3 million. During his career, Mike earned at least $430 million from fights and endorsements. That's the same as around $700 million in today's dollars. Unfortunately, he squandered and/or was bilked out of a personal fortune that topped around $300 million at his peak. Mike declared bankruptcy in 2003. According to the bankruptcy filing, he was reportedly $23 million in debt at that point. Mike Tyson's 21-room Connecticut mansion would later be owned by 50 Cent. This mansion featured a nightclub and casino. Mike also bought houses in Las Vegas, Ohio, and Maryland. His Ohio mansion featured gold-plated furnishings, pools, and a basketball court. His $4 million Las Vegas property featured an 11,000 square foot mansion that he proceeded to remodel from scratch. Tyson currently lives in his 8,149 square foot mansion in Henderson, Nevada. Built in 2001, has plenty of indoor and outdoor space. He paid $2.5 million for the mansion in 2016. There are 6 spacious bedrooms and 6 bathrooms in his Mediterranean-style villa, found behind the gated community of Seven Hills, where a private golf club and a number of leisure parks serve the affluent residents. Mike is a known face in the area. His previous home, as was seen in the Hangover movie, is just around the corner. Tyson bought this one simply because it's bigger.
And come on, let's bring it on up and up. Let's bring it on. I'm not eloquent or distinguished. You won't allow me to ever be that. But
I gave him a dancer a lap dance, but you gave her a lap dance. That's just what I do. I like to do what I want to do, you know? I guess that what separates me from everybody. That's just what I do.
Mike has owned well over 100 cars during his lifetime. Some were extremely valuable and rare. He owned a Bentley that was one of 73 total produced and cost $500,000. After totaling a Range Rover in 1995, he told the repair shop to keep it. He would frequently lend cars to friends and acquaintances, then forget about them. He bought 20 cars at one Las Vegas dealership alone. That dealership, Jim Chasson Motors, is where Mike spent $1.5 million in a few minutes one day, buying 5 Bentley Azures.